With that, the idea that you were kind of pioneering a lot of these back end systems and discoverability and all that, and I think that has me curious about your thoughts on Game Pass. I mean, we for a long time we've heralded Game Pass as like the one of the best ways to find games that you wouldn't have played otherwise, and then there's a lot of as time goes on there's a lot of questions about is it good for developers? It is good for some, not others, and there's complications behind the scenes that people aren't privy to. But I guess I'm curious how you feel about Game Pass having actually done these kinds of things for Xbox in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I've made my career about sort of running games businesses and looking at P&Ls and profit and loss statements and thinking about profitability and things like that. I'm of two minds on Game Pass. I have a consumer perspective and I have a business perspective.
Yeah.
As a consumer, I adore Game Pass. It is a phenomenal value proposition. It's convenient. It enables me to sample content, which again, I'm time constrained. I have a wife and a family, and I don't have a lot of time to play games. So it allows me to kind of dip in and try things before I decide to invest 70, 80 hours, 100 hours in an Avowed or in a South of Midnight or something. I'm able to try. So I love it as a consumer. As a business person, I have questions. I've spent a lot of time modeling Game Pass and things like it for better part of 15 years.
Yeah.
And this idea is not a new idea. This concept of an all-you-can-eat AAA gaming subscription has been tried. It's been tried. I mean, we tried it back at Activision. EA's had a program. Ubisoft's had a program. This is not a new idea. I think it's a bold bet trying to like aggregate a ton of AAA content through acquisition and then force it into like being the Netflix of games. But I certainly think that Live Anywhere or Xbox Anywhere helps because accessibility is a key to that success. From going from a niche thing to a broad thing, you have to have accessibility, right? You have to have surface areas, head units, having devices where you can play everywhere people are. So I think it's the right strategy on paper. I just question whether or not the economics work long term for the development and publishing community as the industry is today. We have a rising cost of development. We have problems with user acquisition. We have, as Matt Piscatella at Circana or others will tell you, half of the available gaming minutes today are spent on 10 franchises that are all well-established live service games. You take out the Roblox and the Fortnites and the Apex Legends and all that, that's 50% of minutes gone. So you're talking about half the available minutes left, and cost of development, cost of marketing in the hundreds of millions of dollars, trying to make money as a piece of an all-you-can-eat hardcore subscription. I don't know how it works. I mean, unless you have 500 million subscribers and you're able to make thinner margin times more people and scale it, but then you're faced with a problem of I don't know if there are 500 million people that are ever going to subscribe to something like this. It's not Netflix. It's not your grandma. It's a gamer, right? It's different. So I don't know. I would love. I'm rooting Phil on and the crew. I would love Game Pass to be ultimately this amazing thing. I think, honestly, I mean, and just a full circle on the conversation, I think the key here may be the industry coming back around to smaller games and mid-sized games with moderated budgets and moderated marketing campaigns. Now, if the industry moved more in that direction and you had a larger quantity of smaller games, the marginal economics work for a Game Pass with that type of content, whereas it breaks and falls over with a $400 million release. So maybe if the industry shifts more in that direction, Game Pass becomes more viable as a business.